Mookie Cook tip it up for Jefferson against Orlando Dawkins, and Jefferson wins the toss and an early travel against Rawlins-Kibonge. See Jefferson putting up token pressure, three-quarter court. Irvin Patrick with the basketball. Up top, 3-ball. Barely grazes the front rim on the attempt by Troy Hupstead. And Rawlins-Kibonge goes to the baseline. The flush misses from Robinson. Loose ball out to Patrick. Robinson's going to be a name we talk about quite a bit. And we talked about him against Damian a lot off the bench last night. Didn't start yesterday, gets the start in this game. Rilano. And the foul comes before the shot. That's on Lamar Washington. And free throws for Rilano, who came into the Iolani Classic just averaging over 8 a game. Misses the first free throw, and we still are looking for our first points. One more for the junior. Around and out. Rawlins-Kibonge the board. And Cook, mouthpiece out. Long range shot out as well. Robinson will try. That hits. And he puts 3 fingers up in the air as Jefferson's got the early lead. Cameron Robinson is the nephew of Cliff Robinson and has a lot of style and a lot of flair that he brings to the game. And a carrying violation against Rilano. This is one of those matchups somewhat similar to the first 2 games where style's not going to matter as much. It's going to be about substance. That usually will happen a lot more as Robinson tries again and misses, and high up for the board is Nigel Harris. Once you get into the quarterfinal round, has a nice job getting it ahead. Washington slips, and it's a held ball. Possession arrow. We'll give it to Mount Vernon. For the most part, you get to the quarterfinals, the matchups are a lot different. Style can be fun, crowd loves style. Then you start to see the real basketball come out in these games that many times are a lot closer. Patrick, pressured by Trajan Williams, does get across midcourt and looks underneath for Hupstead, who's fouled by Robinson. That front court of Robinson, Rawlins-Kibonge, they will need those two out of foul trouble. We saw that playing a little bit in their last game. First is good for Hupstead. Misses the second. Rawlins-Kibonge the board. Dangerous pass up ahead. It's saved in bounds. Hupstead saves the possession. What a block, Rawlins-Kibonge. Flying in the air to swat it out. And after a great play by Hupstead on the other end, Rawlins-Kibonge showing great defense in the air. Hupstead takes on Robinson, goes reverse, and scores. Hupstead can do a lot. Known as a double-double machine. He's yelling out defensively. Encouraging his teammate Patrick in the perimeter. Cook, the freshman, can't take it. Robinson lobs it into Rawlins-Kibonge. Stumbles and loses it out of bounds. And as much as we talked about the substance, the adrenaline in games like this, you'll also see how teams manage that adrenaline. early on especially, that kind of evens out later. Patrick picked up in a man by Trajan Williams. Hard drive in the lane, running 2 off the glass. It rattles in for Riolano. 4 in a row for Mount Vernon, who takes the lead. Rawlins-Kibonge can't handle. Tracked down by Cook. Cook goes baseline. High in the air, that two's an air ball. Rawlins-Kibonge's blocks. But a foul called from the weak side. That will go against Harris. So Nate Rawlins-Kibonge has offers to play football at the next level. Arizona State, Colorado, Washington State. First free throw is good. As Keyshawn Hall enters in for the Democrats. Second good as well, we're tied at 5. Offensive foul. Dawkins trying to set the screen. Defender tried to go over. And the moving screen is going to be the call against the senior Dawkins. Ryan Wells, the official, talking with the Jefferson bench. It's inbound into Hall. Here comes help. Hall keeps the dribble though. Bench wanting a 5-second call. Ball gets out of bounds. They were looking for Washington. Good pressure defense near midcourt. Put on by the Knights. Game's starting to settle down just a little bit. Hupstead at the baseline, leaning in, stumbles to the ground, and they'll call a travel. And Robinson did not really give an inch. There's a little bit of contact. But after that, Hupstead went to the floor. Nice dish underneath. What a stuff though by Dawkins, officially held ball. Robinson, Dawkins, both with 2 hands apiece on the ball. And the possession arrow gives it to Mount Vernon. Well, check that, they're gonna correct themselves. The possession arrow actually gave it to Jefferson. And Rawlins-Kibonge has it on the inbound. Robinson turns, fires Hall, finds Hall underneath, misses the easy 2. Rawlins-Kibonge can't finish. And the outlet to Patrick. Nice no-look pass underneath. And the 2-hand flush for Dawkins. All made possible by Patrick in the open floor. Hall hassled and a hold on Patrick. Patrick has really led the charge in the perimeter part of that half-court defense. So in a few instances, you could get close to a 5-second call. Not there, as the foul came first. Damon Scott coming in to give Nigel Harris a breather for Mount Vernon. Jalen Adams in for the first time for Jefferson. 7-5 Knights, nearing the 3-minute mark of quarter 1. Washington, lane opens up, collision underneath, and Washington scores. And Washington kind of stumbled as he got up. That collision came a little late. And travel against Dawkins. Bob Cimino, I think, was looking for an explanation on the other end on the collision. The official saying where the collision came in relation to Washington going up. Cook, we're going to take Hupstead off the dribble. In the corner to Adams. Rebound out to Hupstead. Patrick will push ahead. Nice look inside. And a block from behind. Out of bounds to Jefferson. And it was the freshman Cook stuffing Dawkins at the rim. Cook may be a freshman, but as Pat Strickland told me a little while ago, he is not a newbie to the program by any stretch. He's been around that program since he's been about 8 years old, whereas he described when he was about knee-high in relation to Pat Strickland's height, and maybe Strickland about, what, 5'9"? Bounce pass to Patrick. And Mount Vernon retakes the lead. So Cook, a good youngster with knowledge of the program beyond his freshman identity. And the freshman hall, or the junior hall, has it now. Long three, no good. Rawlins-Kibonge just wanted it more and put it right back in. We're tied at 9. Defender didn't box out, and Rawlins-Kibonge just went right in there, snatched it away, and finished. Hupstead from the free throw line. And Rawlins-Kibonge is fouled. And who are they going to give it to? They'll give it to Hupstead, his first. Team's fourth. Brandon Wallace will get a look for Mount Vernon, a senior at 6 feet 2 inches tall. One of 9 seniors on this team from New York. Under a minute to go in the quarter. Robinson, skip pass, knocked free, and it goes out of bounds. They did reset the shot clock, and I think they're going to try to determine what it should be. They're going to put it at 15. Ryan Wells looked over at Bob Cimino, the head coach for Mount Vernon. He said, I think I got something right. Understanding the shot clock should not have reset. It's at 9 right now. Robinson turning baseline, drawing 3 defenders, and throwing it out for Adams off the side of the backboard. And a loose ball foul underneath will likely go against Cameron Robinson, and it does. And that's the second on Robinson. And for as active as he is energetic, and he throws himself all over the place, the one thing he cannot do is put himself in foul trouble. And that's exactly what he's done, forcing his way to the bench. Shot clock is off. Riolano getting some space. Now driving left of the lane, and before the shot, hard fall on his back. But Trajan Williams picks up the foul. It's not on the shot. Riolano thought it was. But inbound coming from the baseline. Hupstead leaning, turning, can't hit. And it goes to Jefferson for the final 6.8. That's great defense by Rawlins-Kibonge underneath, who has played hard. So far has played clean. And has shown great energy. Runner at the buzzer. It falls for Hall. And Keyshawn Hall closes out the first quarter, putting the Jefferson Democrats ahead 11-9. Quarter one in the books. We'll come back for quarter two in a moment. It is the 2019 Iolani Classic on BallerTV. As expected, a tight first quarter. The Democrats out of Portland, Oregon, holding on to an 11-9 lead. With the winner to take on Oak Hill tomorrow night at the 2019 Iolani Classic. Mount Vernon with it to start the second. Orlando Dawkins on the floor. DeMarley Taylor, he wears number 25. He's on the hardwood for the first time for Mount Vernon. Riolano around the perimeter. Underhanded out, Irvin Patrick. Jefferson playing strong defense. Mookie Cook trying to encourage his troops. Blocking foul going to be called against Jefferson. That's going to be the second on Trajan Williams. Williams on the floor with Keyshawn Hall, Mookie Cook, Lamar Washington in for Williams. And then you've got Nate Rawlins-Kibonge and Jalen Adams. That's knocked out by Washington. Shot clock is at 19. Entry to Scott. Finds Irvin Patrick. So far, not a lot of flash. If you missed the first quarter, I think the best thing I could tell you about the way this game started, defensive intensity is great on both ends. That shot missed. Knocked back into Rawlins-Kibonge's hands. The second chance at an outlet goes to Washington. Corner three from Adams. Got it. That's something we didn't see a lot of in the first quarter. Adams able to knock one down, and Jefferson's got a 5-point lead. Ultimately, this game may come down to who lets up defensively. Riolano shoots over good defense and scores the long two. Coaches generally like seeing aggressive defenses that are willing to take chances. That's a block from Taylor on Adams' attempt. Washington's capable from outside the arc, wouldn't take it there. Rawlins-Kibonge, offensive foul. Patrick was camped out underneath and was just waiting whether it was going to be a pass or a shot for the contact to come, and he took it off the dish. First foul on Rawlins-Kibonge. Next foul, by the way, is going to put Mount Vernon in the bonus. Taylor gives it to Hupstead. Oh, offensive foul. What a collision between two phenomenally physical players. And it's Hupstead who's called for his second foul. You gotta love Rawlins-Kibonge on one end is called for the charge, and on the other end, he's able to take one himself. Jasir Barnes coming in for Mount Vernon, sophomore. He wears number 11 on your screen. Inbound into Mookie Cook, and he gives it back to Washington. The sophomore bringing it up the floor. Washington in the lane, the lob and the flush. And Rawlins-Kibonge giving the mean mug to the Mount Vernon bench on his way back. First time we've seen a little style to go along with the substance. 4-point lead for the Democrats. Nice jab in the drive and a foul. Iolani got Cook on his heels with that jab step. But it's Rawlins-Kibonge who picks up his second foul, and it'll be 1-1. We said it in the first quarter. The front court for Jefferson can't find itself in foul trouble. This is not necessarily the deepest of teams here in the Classic. And that front court of Rawlins-Kibonge and Robinson both have 2 personals against their ledgers. Front end around and in for Iolani. The number that sticks out from yesterday's win against Iolani is what came at the free throw line. 7 of 16 were the Knights from the charity stripe. One more for Iolani. That's good. 2-point lead for Jefferson. Quickly into the front court. Cook off the dribble. Adams will try another 3. Doesn't get the kind bounce. Cook is fouled by Taylor. I love when I asked Coach Strickland about Cook being in the gym since he was 8 years old, and I said, who let him in? He wouldn't answer that question. He said he just found his way in the gym since he was very young, just couldn't get rid of him. And it's that kind of hard work at a very early age that's led him to great opportunities as a rookie in the high school circuit. Free throw goes down. It's 17-14. Iolani fakes the give and floats it to Patrick. Patrick goes to the right side and scores. And up ahead, the run out for Adams. No. Putback is good though from Cook. And we'll get a 30-second timeout taken by Mount Vernon.
30-second timeout, Mount Vernon.
Timed probably right. You hit the basket, but being down, what you don't like to see is everybody beating down the floor, leading to not 1, but 2 opportunities at the rim and a Jefferson basket. Got a lot of games on the schedule tomorrow. You can find every one of them here on BallerTV. The semifinals tomorrow, Wasatch Academy and Long Island Lutheran. Should be a doozy. 2 top 20 teams for a spot in the finale. That will go at 6:30. And then the winner of this game will get Oak Hill. And that will tip at approximately 8 o'clock. And we've got all the action right here. Knights to inbound and go the length of the floor. And they find space across midcourt. Nearly lost his pivot foot, did Dawkins. With pressure from his back, but he gets it out to Patrick. Pull up. Rebound, Dawkins. Too strong. Third chance to Marley Taylor. Jefferson showing how quickly it wants to get up the floor. Washington is fouled before the shot. That's going to be Orlando Dawkins picking up his second foul. And Rawlins-Kibonge putting his hand to his neck as he comes off the floor. But you can see now the way one team wants to set the tempo of the game. Jefferson wants to go a little quicker. They want to get up the floor quickly, see if they can get Mount Vernon napping a little bit on their way back down the floor. Free throw for Washington is good. And on the other end, Mount Vernon, I think, is very content in the half-court game. They won't mind getting a leak out here and there. But Mount Vernon wants to play a game where they can set a very aggressive and hard-nosed half-court defense while playing a good half-court offensive game. And we have a whistle away from the ball. That's going to go against Rilano. That's his first foul. Marley Taylor coming right back in after getting a quick breather, with Dawkins coming out with his 2 fouls. Robinson is back in the game. He is playing with foul trouble. Floater in the lane, no good. Cook can't clean that up. And the rebound to DeMarley Taylor. Numbers on the other end. And saved in bounds by Washington. It goes out to Hall. 1-on-3. Trailer from his left side. Hall can't finish. Adams is hit from his back on the putback attempts.
Foul number 24,
Yusuf Adai on the foul.
Entering the game, number 35, Brandon Wallace.
Actually, they're going to give the foul, I beg your pardon, to Brandon Wallace.
Shooting 1-and-1.
1-and-1 for Jalen Adams. They don't say it's on the shot. First one is good. And one more, as Jefferson's lead right now is 4. Wallace thought about 3, gives it up to Adai, and underneath, challenged by Robinson. Got a piece of it from behind and a held ball. It's going to go to Jefferson. Nice job by Robinson on the back end of that attempt near the goal. Kept his hands up, got 2 hands on the basketball. Lob ahead for Washington. And Barnes gets the arm. And that's the way Jefferson wants to play. Inbound to the other side of the floor. About 5 seconds. Relatively quick. Washington coming off of a 12-point effort yesterday against the Damien Monarchs out of the Interscholastic League of Honolulu. Hits the second. All 12 of those points came in the first quarter. Hit 4 threes. Wallace gets his pass into the corner and another offensive foul. It's a moving screen on Wallace. And that's his second foul. That's the second time in about 2 minutes where that call has gone against Mount Vernon. Hall brings it ahead. Lobs it for Robinson, catches it with 1 hand. Washington, that's deep. And he'll shoot 3 free throws. Adai called for his second foul. And Lamar Washington will shoot 3 shots. It wasn't a lot of contact, but it was enough with the official standing right to the left side of Washington that it was an easy call to make. This is where you got to hit the free throws. Second one is good, 1 more coming. And Joe Young will make his first appearance. 6'1" senior. Saw a little bit of run in that win against Iolani 2 nights ago. That's good. Biggest lead for Jefferson's at 8 as Wallace pushes ahead. Double team is there. Wallace nearly lost it. Cook claps his hands. Playing strong defense, but they're a little too aggressive. It'll be 1-1. And Cook, for all the clapping and all the intensity, trying to fire his team up. He's called for his first foul. And Xavier Rilano will shoot 1-1. That one's good. 26-19. Not a lot of bend in his knees. The line drive free throw is good. It's 26-20. That's knocked in the air. Rilano the steal. And the dish underneath is blocked by Cook. It will go out of bounds. Nice look for Barnes. But Cook was able to recover quickly enough to swat that one away. Pass comes in for Taylor. As we hit 2 minutes to go in the first half. And Hall forces that one to go out. Pat Strickland's got to love the defensive effort, and heck, Bob Cimino should as well. In games that can sometimes be highly offensive, and I mean that in scoring tally, see two teams showing good hard defense. It's a real delight to see, where sometimes it can be easy to just want to light it up. Traveling on Barnes. This crowd starts to fill in this arena a little bit more. For those that aren't used to the Iolani Classic, if you're tuning in for the first time and you're kind of wondering about the feel and the vibe of this event, as a nice dump off for Robinson, he's fouled from behind. And that will go against Taylor. For those that don't know or understand the feel, think of it as the high school version of the Maui Invitational, the Maui Gym Maui Invitational that they have every November and Thanksgiving week. They play it really in a high school gym. You don't get to see the camera side half of the floor or of that gym, but it's kind of similar. They pack it. Maybe you get a little over 1,000, but if you've never been in there, it is electric, even for a packed house. This is kind of similar. You've got all nation talent as Robinson pours it in. All nation talent in a high school gym. And it is really an event that you've got to be around to understand the feel. That will go out of bounds to Mount Vernon. People park down the street. There's a park down the road. You want to walk 5-10 minutes to get here. Parking can be at a premium. Space can be at a premium. So you got a lot of people trying to find their way in and find anywhere to sit. There are not always empty seats in the bleachers. Taylor way off the mark from 15 feet. And they got numbers ahead with Washington hit from behind. Great recovery up the floor by Wallace, but he'll pick up the foul. That's his second foul. Both teams are in the bonus. Jefferson in the double bonus. 2 free throws regardless for Washington. Yusuf Aladdin in for Mount Vernon, a senior at 6'1". He checks in for the first time this evening. Mount Vernon offensively has gone a little bit cold. But that's credit in large part to Jefferson's movement defensively near the goal. Outlet to Wallace on the missed shot. No one home, but recovered by Riolato and stripped away and hauled by his lonesome. And he's gonna go to the line. Young called for the foul, and really one of those fouls where you're hoping to make a last dash effort to try to make a blocked shot. You get in late, you cause the contact, and it opens up now a 12-point lead. Got a little worried for a moment. It was a little slick at the baseline, and Jalen Adams tried to help his teammate up, and he slipped, trying to get him up off the floor. Free throw good. 33-20, 43 ticks remaining in the half. Wallace gets his man up in the air, but can't get a shot away. It's poked free, and another steal, this time Washington, but he can't control the bounce. And they throw it ahead, it's deflected, and out of bounds, last touched by Young. And it seems like right now all the breaks are going against Mount Vernon. So the shot clock is off. Cameron Robinson comes back in with his 2 fouls. And Hall with an opportunity to work for 1 shot. Hall wants another screen. Robinson sets it. Hall by himself. What's the call? Offensive foul. Disciplined defense by Mount Vernon to sit there and wait, and the contact came. Jason Davis Jr. will see his first minutes for Jefferson. 4.8 on the clock. Inbound in near side. 3/4 court launch is blocked by Cook, and then from half court, that hits the shot clock twice. It got a little rough for Mount Vernon here in the last portion of the second quarter. Jefferson's defense smothering, and the Democrats holding floor, a 33-20 lead at half. We're gonna have a special presentation. They're gonna honor the 1983 Iolani squad that really helped to launch the Iolani Classic. They'll do that. We'll come back for half number 2 in a bit. It is the 2019 Iolani Classic on BallerTV. Moments away from starting the second half of our final quarterfinal matchup of the 2019 Iolani Classic. The Jefferson Democrats with a 33-20 lead on Mount Vernon Academy. Some of the earlier games today here at the Iolani Classic. The last game we had was just a rout. Oak Hill over Kalani out of the Oahu Interscholastic Association. 105-28 was the final score. Oak Hill had 6 players in double figures, led by Cam Thomas, who put up 33 yesterday, puts up 31 tonight. So he's averaging 32 a game in 2 games at the Iolani Classic. Derek Jones Jr. had 17, Jalen Ricks 13, Bradley Azuero 12, Jamari Sibley had 11, Darius Maddox had 10. Oak Hill will take on the winner of this game coming up tomorrow night. Wasatch Academy had a 17-0 lead, watched it almost completely slip away, but they hold off Archbishop Wood 89-77. Caleb Lohner did pretty much everything, 29 points, 3 trays, went 6 of 7 from the foul line. And that spoiled Rasul Diggins' 33-point night, which included 6 3-pointers. He went 7 of 12 from the free throw line. Richie Saunders scored 17 points. Mike Saunders had 15, and Leonardo Colomario had 13 for Wasatch Academy. And in the earlier game, the first of our 4 quarterfinal matchups, Long Island Lutheran with a 66-63 win over Garfield. despite 24 points from Tari Eason, hit a couple of threes within the last 30 seconds. 6 of 8 from the foul line. We have a delay as we're getting ready to start the... Oh, we have a delay because the refs aren't here. Well, haven't had that one in a long while. So we'll wait while the officials find their way onto the court. Other nuggets from that Garfield-Long Island game, Andre Curbelo battled foul trouble, still led Long Island 15 points, 7 of 9 from the foul line, and a nice applause as 2 of our 3 officials hit the floor. You figured Ryan Wells would be the last one, right? You figured it would be him, and he gets the biggest applause of the 3. And then starts walking away. If it weren't the Iolani Classic, fans would be booing. But because it's the Iolani Classic, fans can have fun with it. As initial conversation, 2 players right up against one another as the inbound goes into Xavier Riolano. Quick 2, Hupstead, good. Hupstead got a little quiet toward the end of the first half as he was dealing with foul trouble. He's playing with 2. Trajan Williams started the first half. We didn't talk a lot about him since. Turnaround 2 from Robinson, no good. Hupstead fights for the rebound and gets it. He gets the outlet to Riolano. Uses a screen. Hupstead straight on. He'll take the long 2. And if he starts to get going, that could be trouble for Jefferson. It's a 9-point game. Cook lobs it in. Rawlins-Kibonge fouled by Orlando Dawkins. Dawkins picking up his 3rd foul. He's the first to hit 3 for Mount Vernon. Nate Rawlins-Kibonge to the foul line. First is good. Had 9 points last night, went 1 of 2 from the foul line in the win against Damien. And he'll shoot 1 more. Good as well. Riolano had a nice first half for Mount Vernon. Hupstead trying to take over the game now that he's in. 2 awkward steps, gets it back, is blocked. Another chance. Held ball.
Held ball for Jefferson basketball.
Cook and Robinson were all right there and did not budge. Get up the floor for Rawlins-Kibonge. Robinson 3. And we've got a timeout. Full timeout taken by Mount Vernon. And while it looked like early on, the Knights got the first 4, got it back within single digits. Defensive play on one end leads to the 3 for Robinson. And when Robinson's feeling good, everybody knows it. And everybody saw it with that last 3 that went down. We've got 8 games tomorrow. We mentioned the 2 semifinals. You've got consolation round games throughout the day starting at 9:30. BallerTV's got it all for you. Click on every game, whichever one you want to see, and we'll have you covered through the duration of the tournament. But a 14-point lead. And Bob Cimino trying to hedge off what has been the last maybe 45-second sequence in which Jefferson's pushed out a lead that you don't want to let get too far than that, especially with the way they have played good, solid interior defense. Hard drive by Iolani. Gets it out for Patrick. Rebound, though, for Orlando Dawkins, and he brings it out. Love the way Mookie Cook plays defense. He communicates, uses his length with his arms. That shot nowhere close. Putback is banked in by Iolani. Washington hurrying it ahead. Finds Robinson. Good help off the screen. Cook is open. And Cook, coming off of a double-digit performance in their last game, puts Jefferson up by 15. Mount Vernon hasn't really had an opportunity to account for is the length that Jefferson has. Their post players can also bring it back out. Nice up and under, and Nigel Harris with a crafty move, getting the 2 points. Washington knocked down and taken by Patrick. Late dish, Hupstead fouled. And he hits the deck in the heap as Rawlins-Kibonge gets his 3rd foul.
Jefferson foul number 4, named Rawlins-Kibonge.
What you liked about that play from Patrick, and that's good recognition of what you got in front of you, as Patrick's going to come out.
Checking back in for the Knights, number 11, Jasir Barnes.
You're taking a look at him, but what you liked about that, he didn't necessarily have the numbers, but he knew he'd have teammates coming from behind him, so he slowed down right about the 3-point line and let his trailer man come down, kind of force the issue right at the goal. As Hupstead hits the free throw, he's got one more. Both sides yelling out things on the floor. Hupstead hits both. And it's an 11-point lead, and now full court pressure being put on. Washington gets it away. Cook on the run, finds Trajan Williams, offensive foul. Dawkins, the brave man underneath, who took the charge. And Trajan Williams called for his 3rd foul. And that will bring Keyshawn Hall back into the game. Mount Vernon hoping that they can leverage that to continue to cut into the deficit. Iolani partially blocked, but there was contact according to the official. That should be on Cook, and it is.
Foul number 1, Mookie Cook. 2nd personal, team 3rd.
And Cook going over to the official and asking, what did I do? And it's a nice, healthy discussion, which you like. I like that. Asked what he saw, got the explanation, said thank you, and walked away. You highlight it because, unfortunately, that's kind of rare. Lead down to 10. Both good for Iolani. The defense a little slow getting back. Hall, Hupstead cuts him off. Hall will try again. Again, Hupstead playing strong defense. Jefferson just bullies his way in. Or check that, Cameron Robinson, I beg your pardon, bullies his way in and gets the 2 to drop. 43-32. Mid-range shot no good. Put back in midair by Jasir Barnes. Halfway through the 3rd quarter. Robinson leans in. Extra pass out, Washington. Not there. Hupstead the rebound, and Rawlins-Kibonge was close to getting a highlight reel follow. But Washington snatches the pass out of the air. And he'll lay it in. 45-34 Jefferson. Patience against the double team. And that rolls in for Dawkins. Timing that just enough around Robinson. Drive by Cook, stumbles, ball goes out of bounds. And Cook says, my bad. We'll get a timeout here from Jefferson with 3:12 to play. Jefferson using its first of 5 timeouts they're afforded. And I think if you're Pat Strickland, you're looking at this timeout as a little more of an opportunity to get a bit of rest, especially when you see that last play and Cook trying to go baseline. You almost felt, really for the first time in a while, you kind of felt like there was a little bit of fatigue. And if you want the game to kind of go up and down, and if you want to play at a better pace, then you'll need to manage that fatigue. And I think in Pat Strickland's case, what he's done a nice job of, and his team has actually kind of helped with that with the way they've played. He hasn't really had to burn needless timeouts, had all 5 on the board, gets to use one here with 3:12 remaining in the third. Give his guys a bit of an opportunity to catch their breath, maybe get some water in their system and recharge. Was an important timeout for Mount Vernon too. They get that same afforded opportunity. They're trying to find a way to cut this a little closer than they have. As the Knights will get it in the hands of Jasir Barnes. Hassled by Hall. Back to Mount Vernon. Off the hands of Trajan Williams. This gym is starting to fill up with some of the teams making their way back. We got the slam dunk contest, so almost everybody who's back, even if they've played already, to be a part of it. Hupstead for 3. Flat-footed, gets his own rebound, just muscles his way in and drops it around Robinson. Hupstead can be that game changer. On the other end, that misses by Williams, and Dawkins had the rebound. The screen sends Williams crumbling to the deck. That's a miss. Flying in and traveling was a Dave. That was nearly going to change the course of this game. A Dave flew in, nobody boxed him out, had the rebound, but couldn't keep his feet set. That timeout almost, I think you could say that timeout a little backfire. Mount Vernon still feeling like it's gaining a little bit of momentum. Cook, that pass knocked free. But Adams hands it to Robinson underneath, and he finishes. And Robinson was tangled up. Wanted a call that he wouldn't get. Robinson and Hupstead, that matchup's gonna be fun to watch with the next few possessions. Off the dribble, Adei hits the mid-range 2. Lead back to 7 for Jefferson. Mount Vernon's trying to chip away. Cook, good hesitation. Washington for Robinson. And he may have hurt his ankle. He went up and that looked awkward. And he wants a sub. Gonna take care of the perspiration. Actually, I thought he wanted a sub to come out, but he's gonna stay in. He's gonna fight through it. It brought Rawlins-Kibonge to the scorer's table. And Robinson said, no, it's okay. I'll play through it. They've taken care of the wet spot on the floor. 90 seconds to go in the third. Mount Vernon trying to gain a little more steam here. Adei tried to get it underneath. Washington takes it away. Into the corner, Adams. Hupstead goes up in the air and grabs it. Riolano trying to make something happen. Long two for a day. No good, but flying in and getting a second chance with Riolano. There's a block underneath, and Robinson will start the break. Washington across the lane, Adams. He is stuffed at the goal. Second chance won't go. Dawkins had the initial block. 3-on-2 the other way. Barnes for three. Got it. This is the closest Mount Vernon has been in a while. It's a 4-point game. Adams. Now Hall brings it back out. Took that slip through his hands. Washington pull up two. No good. Washington hits the floor. Shot clock is off. Robinson backing. Turns and hits. Clock winding down and Riolano walking ahead. Now it's 6 seconds. And the foul against Hall. And that will give Mount Vernon a sideline out of bounds. And Brandon Wallace an opportunity to be in on potentially the final play of the quarter. Let's see what Mount Vernon can get out of it. Inbound goes into Hupstead. Has trouble catching it. Gets it away. Quick three. Dawkins. Nowhere close. Hupstead didn't really look it through. It ended up on the floor. Good effort to get down and try to find Dawkins. But 3 quarters in the books. And Jefferson's holding on. 6-point lead over Mount Vernon here on BallerTV. Fourth quarter from Honolulu. And the 2019 Iolani Classic, a 6-point Jefferson Democrats lead. Their defense has done a very solid job in holding Mount Vernon down. Mount Vernon put up 66 2 nights ago. Held well below that right now. But defensive moments have stood out in this game. Riolano nearly lost it. A day in the lane. Out to Hupstead for three. And a little bit of a smile for the senior. Ball comes free. Who's going to get it? Hupstead will. A chance to potentially tie. Riolano kicks out. Dawkins challenged, can't hit. Put back, no good. Riolano with a teammate behind him. Third chance, no. Loose ball goes into Washington's hands and a foul on Mount Vernon.
Foul number 35, third personal, team second.
That possession, I think, epitomizes the way this game has started to turn a little bit. Jefferson has really owned the paint. Mount Vernon's making a play there now with those extra opportunities. Mount Vernon put it on a trap. Hall gets through it. The foul against Brandon Wallace. That's his fourth foul. And Hall will bring it in. Before he can, Joe Young comes back in. Hall, we didn't get a chance to tell you about him. This is his first year with the program. Actually led Jefferson a night ago with 18 points against Damien. Hall going over to Jefferson from Las Vegas. Going into the Pacific Northwest to Portland. Robinson lost it momentarily, and then Hupstead showing his aggressiveness, and he's having some words with Cameron Robinson, and Ryan Wells says, hey, you guys need to knock it off right now. Hupstead's gonna get the foul. It's his third. He gives a hug to Ryan Wells. Giving us a little levity in what has been a little more of a intense game here. And those two are already jockeying for position. Rawlins-Kibonge tries to dump it in underneath. Foul and one. You knew after that last little interaction that they were going to go right there to Cameron Robinson, and they did. And Hupstead is called for his fourth foul, which could potentially be a game changer. And he's going to come out. DeMarley Taylor's going to come in. They may change the foul here, and Hupstead is pleading his case. Hupstead is saying, how is it on me? And the official says, no, call's not going to change. In a way, Hupstead's trying to throw his teammate under the bus so that he can stay in the game. Not going to work. Free throw good, 2-possession game. That's almost a veteran move by Hupstead, though, trying to say, I need to be in there. Give the foul to him, not me. He was trying to put it on a day, actually. Long two is good from DeMarley Taylor. 52-48. And Hupstead's the one standing up at his bench chanting for defense. Ball comes free. It's taken away. That's a double dribble on Taylor. His mind was moving a little faster than his actions with the basketball.
30-second timeout, Jefferson.
But the momentum right now on Mount Vernon's end with 6:31 to go. And you gotta love that sequence. Hupstead and Robinson interacting. The foul that goes against Hupstead. He comes off the bench. And sometimes guys in that position, they'll be a little frustrated. Didn't think they should have had the foul called against him. Be a little upset. Sulk at the end of the bench. Not Troy Hupstead. He's the one guy standing up, urging on his defense to make a play. That is leadership that Troy Hupstead showed right there in that minute sequence of real time. Cook will inbound in half court, and the defense chance continues. Hall nearly poked out. Robinson at the baseline. Can't hit that. Washington's got the board. No whistle on the bump. And Hall will take his time. Rawlins-Kibonge was held from behind. Ball knocked out. Jefferson will have 9 on the shot timer. This has, you got a game like this with two physical teams. It kind of gives you a little bit of that Division I college feel, the way it's gotten very intense. Washington, shot clock expires.
Shot clock violation, Mount Vernon basketball.
And I was thinking in my mind before that moment, we haven't really had an issue with the shot clock in this game. We haven't had possessions that have gone a full 30 seconds. We haven't had teams at any point to even be unaware. That's the first one. Riolano. They move it around left, quick three. Rebound, free. That misses from Aday's third chance. He's fouled. That may be the fourth on Rawlins-Kibonge. And it will be.
Jefferson foul number 4, Rawlins-Kibonge. Fourth personal, team fifth.
So Yusuf Aday, who averages 2 a contest, misses the first free throw. And get this second, will get it down to a 1-possession game. As this gym is nearly at capacity now. Second is good. It's a 3-point Jefferson lead. And Washington pushing the pace. Robinson stumbles out of bounds. Saw the defender coming over, was trying to play to that contact, didn't have the basketball in control. Jasir Barnes will come in and inbound. The taller Cook on Barnes, who tries to take it on his way in. Cook stuffed it. Stuffed it with 2 hands, brought it down, but it goes out on his foot. It'll stay with Mount Vernon. The shot clock at 18. Aday almost loses it. Riolano at 6. Off the dribble, 3 is short. Long rebound to Cook. Cook on the run for Hall. Got it. 54-49. That's a miss from Taylor. And that's turned over. Bounce pass a little free. We'll bring it back out for Barnes. Back to the baseline. That goes around inside. Taylor misses. And we got a loose ball, and it's a little chippy here once again. Foul gonna go against Taylor, his third. And the referees will step in right at the right moment. Hupstead's gonna come back in as Aday will take a seat. That's what you know with Bob Cimino making that move. Hupstead's got 4 fouls. Now that's out the window. Rawlins-Kibonge throws it underneath. It goes out. That's off of Dawkins. As we near the midway point of the 4th quarter, and as we do, 30-second timeout taken by the Jefferson Democrats.
30-second timeout, Jefferson.
It'll be interesting to see how Hupstead kind of manages himself to a degree with the way the foul situation is. How aggressive does he play with those 4 fouls as you watch the Mount Vernon huddle here? And Bob Cimino calm under pressure. And one of the things you see him talking about, keeping the arms up, playing discipline, even in a game that can get, as it has, pretty physical. Bob Cimino is a veteran leader of that Mount Vernon squad. Inbound thrown into Robinson. Shot clock's at 16. Backs his way in and easily scores. Cameron Robinson, as we have seen in the first 2 games of this Classic, is just one hard individual to keep quiet. He is so talented. The outside shot, he can handle the dribble. Ball taken away by Washington. Trailer to his left, and the lay-in for Hall. And just like that, a game that was at 3 is now a 9-point game. Hupstead has it. Back to Barnes. He'll fire. Rebound flying in. Dawkins, what's the call? Held ball, and it will go to Jefferson. It only really was that way. It was Dawkins. No one picked him up going for the rebound. Then Bob Cimino, the 26th year head man at Mount Vernon, will use the timeout. With 3:23 to play. See the crowd really filling up. The dunk contest is coming up right at the conclusion of this game, and you've got players from the different teams, got fans, some of the students just want to get the highlight photos, want to catch some of the action to see maybe next level Division I talent, maybe the next NBA star dunking right in front of their eyes, something you don't get an opportunity to see all that often. Winner gets Oak Hill, who rolled through Kalani High School in our last quarterfinal matchup. They're going to switch the possession arrow here after the ball gets inbounded. The possession arrow is going to go to Mount Vernon once this one gets in. 9-point lead for Jefferson. They've led throughout. Full court trapping defense. Washington has space. 3-on-1 the other way. The lob, the finish. Rawlins-Kibonge, the two-hand stuff. It's back to a double-digit game. Riolano fouled by Hall. Both teams will be in the bonus after the next respective foul. Hupstead dribbles into a three. No good, but flying in for the putback that missed. As Taylor tried to get in there, Hupstead pushing his way through. Foul against Jefferson. That's going to go against Mookie Cook. So Hupstead will head to the free throw line with 2:49 to play. And every one of these now crucial as they need points with the clock stopped. And he hits the first. And he has a few words with Mookie Cook as Cook went to box him out and stayed right there. These referees have done a really nice job of kind of watching the action and reacting as need be. Hupstead hits both free throws at 60-51. They throw it ahead, Rawlins-Kibonge, and now Cook. And Robinson, for a moment, bringing it out. That comes free. That's taken away by Mount Vernon. And a one-hand flush for Taylor. I was wondering if Taylor was going to pass that one off. Kind of stumbled his way, as a timeout's going to be called, kind of stumbled his way into that dunk. Jefferson's going to use the timeout. It's a full timeout with 2:22 remaining. Still a lot of work for Mount Vernon to do, but in that last possession, it seemed like Cameron Robinson maybe tried to do a little too much. Stumbled, went to the floor, lost the basketball, and that's when they went coast to coast. You've also got to give credit where credit is due. The Mount Vernon defense has turned it up a couple of notches, trying to force turnovers on the full court attack. and seeing if they can get some quick, easy baskets off of it. Jefferson, by the way, has 1 timeout left. Keep that in your back pocket after that last one was used, as they're hemmed in at the baseline. Cook will inbound. Hall, Washington, Rawlins-Kibonge, and Trajan Williams on the floor. Inbound bounced into Washington. Double team is there. Washington traveled, took the step before the dribble. And in a 3-possession game, it's a big giveaway. Riolano, hassled by Hall, finds Barnes. Barnes trying to get by Washington. What's the call? It's a push. If there's anybody on the floor who could get away with picking up a foul, it would be Washington. That's only his second. Still, you don't want to give up points with the clock frozen. Front end of the 1-and-1 for Jasir Barnes is good. Back to a 2-possession game. It got as close as 3, but Jefferson has led the entire half. And they've led for most of this game. No good. But a lane violation called on Mookie Cook. So 1 more chance for Barnes to see if he can make it count. And he does. Defense trying to force the issue. Foul called against Taylor. And now both teams are in the bonus. That's Taylor's 4th. If you want to go through the foul situation for Mount Vernon, Troy Hupstead has 4, Brandon Wallace has 4, DeMarley Taylor has 4. And for Jefferson, actually the only one with 4 is Nate Rawlins-Kibonge. Actually surprises me because the foul situation seemed to be a lot worse a little while ago. Keyshawn Hall was 4 of 6 from the foul line a night ago.
Keyshawn Hall at the line, shooting 1-and-1.
The big free throw, front end of the 1 in the bonus. And it's short. And the loose ball is out to Riolano. Door stays open. Quick 3 from Barnes. Rebound Washington. Washington stumbles, throws it high up in the air. Taken away by Hupstead. Underneath, contact, offensive foul. And Taylor is fouled out. For as much as that giveaway hurt, that's a way to atone for it by stepping in and taking the contact. But Taylor is fouled out. I don't think he realizes that his night is done. I don't think he still knows it. Saw Taylor do a nice job attacking the glass. That's probably, I think, for me, one of the biggest things he has done tonight. Hall across midcourt. Floater short. Rebound for Dawkins. Still a 2-possession game, 90 seconds left. Taken out of the air by Washington. 1-on-1 to the goal. Fouled. A day's 3rd foul. And I would submit Probably a good foul to keep from the easy two and force Washington to earn it at the line. And that one off the mark. Proving the point right there. One more for Washington. 61-55, still a two-possession game. Hupstead, I'm sure, really wants to get involved. Barnes does as well. Hupstead the rebound, leans in, contact, no call, bucket good. Timeout, Mount Vernon. Mookie Cook, it's a 30-second timeout, by the way. Mookie Cook wanted to draw the charge. The officials saw it as a no call, and it leads to Hupstead's two. So 71 seconds. It's 61-57. I think maybe a good question here, if you're Bob Cimino, it's a two-possession game. Do you really want to keep the full court trap? Because it can work in one of two ways. Either one, you force a turnover and maybe an easy lane for an easy score, or two, Jefferson beats your pressure, goes down and gets an easy score of their own. If it were me, and this is why I'm not coaching and I'm an announcer instead, I'd actually be okay with kind of sagging back. Two-possession game and a lot of time left. Cook will inbound, and there is the full court pressure. They can run the baseline. They inbound to Hall. Hall dribbling through traffic and comes out with it. Smartly so, let the clock run. They can get it down as far as about 41 seconds. Hall floats it up. It's good. Rawlins-Kibonge puts it home. 63-57. They got the best look they could out of it. Hupstead for three. Rebound out of bounds. Last touch by Rawlins-Kibonge. That was the quick look they needed, but they will have the opportunity with 20 on the shot timer. Who do they get it into? Barnes recovers. He'll take, oh, that's swatted by Rawlins-Kibonge. Stayed right with Barnes, didn't give him any space. And Bob Cimino giving him a few words. Shot clock is at 14. Into the corner, Iolani. Off the dribble. No. Rebound Rawlins-Kibonge. They get it up ahead for Cook. They're gonna have to foul. They don't do so. Shot clock is off. And there is the foul. And that's Iolani's second. So double bonus now with 16.3 remaining. And that foul, I think, needed to come about 5 seconds sooner. It didn't happen. But probably one free throw can put it away. And Cook drains that one. 64-57. And Jefferson ever closer to punching its ticket to a date with Oak Hill. Iolani goes right to the rim, offensive foul. And Cook knew that's good discipline. You don't really have to do too much. It's a 3-possession game, just stay home. He did, and drew the charge. And it's kind of ironic that that's ends up what will probably be the last plays of this game, because it was Jefferson's defense that actually made the effort early to kind of help put them ahead. Rawlins-Kibonge throws it out. and that is going to be it. That was a hard-fought effort. Two teams defensively that showed great tenacity, but at the end of the day, the Jefferson Democrats move on to the semifinals.